they started out with the Bloodline. Main event Jey Uso in the ring, and he has time to introduce himself. Main event Jey Uso is in your city. Or was it state?
Was that what he sounds like?
Well, and I wasn't trying to do the whole, the whole presentation.
Well, no, he actually got the intro. The ring announcer announced him as being in there, but he was already in the ring.
But he was in the city or the state.
It was New Orleans.
It might have even been the county.
Yeah.
He's there. He's in there.
He's there.
And in here, we're just making mockery of this now at this point. No, but here came Roman. As soon as Jey mentioned where he was. And they do the entrance, and at least now they've quit ribbing Paul, or maybe he's made a plea for mercy because he wasn't carrying the belts, he was carrying the tribal lei, which I would think the flowers weigh less than the metal does, but Roman has his one, the new gold belt, and the blue one and the red one. Paul left, he's got the lei. So he's right there, he's expending what? 400 less calories per television program. He's going to balloon up even bigger now.
And he finally gets laid.
And he finally gets that. Thank you. I liked that better when I used it on Shivani in 1987, but you can have it for now.
Well, every 30 years you can recycle.
Well, that's true. And it's been 37, as Luke and Butch would say. The old sheep herder fans will get that one. Anyway, so we're going to stall a little more before we talk about this program. No, it was 6 minutes into the show, Nolans, Louisiana, or as we used to call it when we worked Mid-South, Louisiana. Nolans acknowledged Roman 6 minutes into the program. So we got Jey introducing himself and Roman walking to the ring for 6 fucking minutes. And the people were glued to the sets. So Roman says that Jey forgot that Roman opens the show because it's Roman's show. And Roman made Jey his right-hand man, made him main event Jey Uso, did everything, that has ever been done for him. And now Jey's trying to open his show? What are you, the tribal chief? He delivered it just like that. He was imitating me at the time. And Jey, of course, is anguished and in deep emotion where he didn't want any of that. He tried to support Roman. I believed in you, but you broke this family. You broke Jimmy. You broke it. I have to do what I have to do. It's all your fault. But then Roman turned it around in his best Stanislavski method acting. As opposed to the inside the actor's studio. Is James Lipton still alive? He was surprisingly old.
No, he's dead now.
Is it? Can we play a little Reggie's Corner for him?
No, he's not a dog or a cat.
Some of the people that were interviewed by him may have a different opinion. Wasn't that one of his questions? If you were a cat, what would you do?
That was not one of his questions, no.
So anyway, Roman, back to the actor's studio.
You and cats.
We're on Broadway here, baby. Roman says, it's Jey's. It's all your fault. Jimmy was hurt. That's why you became the right-hand man. And say like Jimmy's hurt now, and that's why you get a match with me. Solo loves and respects me more than he loves and respects you. So when I beat you, you're out. You're done. You're finished. But what about... Let's just entertain the thought. Just for shits and grins, he didn't say. But what if you do beat me, Roman says? Then you get the belt and the lei and all of it, but I'll always be Roman Reigns, and you ain't got anybody. You ain't got nobody. Nobody. And he really fired up, asking why that Jey would think that he could possibly beat him. And the Uso chant gets going. Uso, Uso. At least he's got a short name, so they got more wind for it, and they can get it. The rhythm is easy. And Jey says, it's because I already beat you, and I'm the only one that's done it. And at SummerSlam, I'm going to beat you again. And boom, scene, music, out. And that was the opening segment featuring the Bloodline. What did you think, Brian? What did you think of the dramatic renditions of this week's wrestling program before they started all that pesky wrestling?
I think I said it last time we talked about SmackDown. They're all really good in what they're doing, but I'm a little sick of, at this point, them standing in the ring together at the same time and talking to each other. How many times does that have to happen and it ends with someone getting super kicked?
Or spiked?
Or spiked, right? Every single time. Or
speared?
Yeah.
The 3 S's, super kicks, spikes, and spears. That's good. See, I just named somebody's new podcast.
Or band.
I think that's too long for the marquee.
What marquee? You think there's still marquees?
Well, that's true. There's plenty of marks, but there's not a lot of marquees. Anyway, so there you go. So that was, but now there's more to come. Oh, there's going to be some more to come.
What do you think about that, though? The fact that, again, they're still, at this point, it's one thing like one guy's all the way on one side of the building and one guy's in the ring or something, but they're just in the ring again, face to face. We've already established that they're having the match. Should they still be doing this?
Well, I wouldn't mind Paul being in the ring because, you know, he couldn't whip cream with an outboard motor at his aged, elongated, expanded condition. But I believe if I was Jey, I'd say, look, brother Solo, you can't be in the ring with me because you're going to try to spike me because you're a loose fucking cannon. And I would have learned after the first, 4 to 6 times, I think. Because it's coming.
Let me ask you another question because it hit me watching this. I don't have the answer, so I want someone else's opinion who will get in trouble for their answer. Do you think Jey's is over as Sammy was at the beginning of the year?
No. In a slightly different way, though. Here's the thing. Sammy was getting over just as Sammy, and they loved him, and he was the cute guy and said the cool thing. He's just a nerdish, unoffensive guy that people would like, right? In that group trying to stir things up. But at the same time, that overlapped, unfortunately, now with him and Temper Boy Owens and whatever the fuck the bum of the week club that they're going through. They've kind of lost some of that. But I felt like Sammy, the people loved him particularly, sort of like a Mick Foley type of deal, that hangdog, droopy expression sometimes. Whereas they like Jey now because they think he's going to try to kick Roman's ass. But I'm not sure they would just be loving Jey unless he was in this particular thing right now, as much as either they do or they did Sammy. Does that make any sense?
Makes perfect sense.